Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It's so easy to hide behind technicalities when you don't want to do things or you want to do things. And it's so easy in the same time to violate the same technicalities when you want to. And this is the European Union, a weasel organization, a weasel union that could break out or break up at every second now. The European Union is a fake organization, let's put it this way, that keeps certain countries together so it's easier to discuss with one pole instead of discussing it or agreeing with 10 other visions. So they talk to the Brussels guys in Brussels, and the guys in Brussels will decide what the European does, and the countries will follow. So it's very easy. You put everything in one spot, and you talk to one entity, which is the European Union, blah, blah, blah. When actually you have so many countries involved over there. You don't have to ask them, you talk to the guy over there, or to the guys. Well, I oversimplified it. But what's going on over here? The European Union, overall, remember, it placed sanctions on Russia. It did as a union, as an entity, but they cannot provide Ukraine with security guarantees. So it can apply certain kind of, how should I put it, technicalities. They, oh my God, we're gonna place sanctions on these guys. We have to, as a union. But when it's about providing Ukraine with security guarantees, we don't provide that. It's each and every country's duty to do that. Why? Because they're weasels. We'll see when the Americans come over and say, okay, come over here, kids. All right, okay, now you do this, okay? Smack. Yes, you do this. And they say, yeah, actually, we can provide security guarantees to Ukraine because nothing actually prevents us from doing that. They now say there's nothing saying we should, but there's nothing saying we shouldn't. It seems like. Let's see what these guys are saying by, obviously, Sputnik. EU, European Union, cannot provide security guarantees to Ukraine since, this is the argument, it's not a security organization. Well, what about a country, a sole country? Is a sole country is a security organization? Is that what it is? Because in the next paragraph they will claim that that's up to each country to determine that. What do you mean? So you as an entity, you're not a security organization, but each country is a security organization? It's just technicalities. That's what it is. They can say tomorrow if they want, but they know they will not get the agreement of Hungary and other countries to provide that security. Why? Because they're afraid the Russians will bomb them if they do. And if they do something that would mean, how should I put it, military intervention in Ukraine. The European Union is not a security organization and thus cannot provide security guarantees to Ukraine. European Commission spokesperson Petrostano said Tuesday, and I'm quoting, the EU is supporting Ukraine in several areas, but the issue of security guarantees is not one of the European Union. That means sticking their neck out militarily. They're afraid. They want to hit Russia with everything else and not be hit with anything from the Russians. That's the game they want to play. They want to play, okay, only this kind of game. We don't play this kind. This kind, like say, right now you have all these guys, boxers who want to try MMA. They want to have the MMA guys fight them in boxing only. That's it. All right? But they don't want to go and fight in MMA, mixed martial arts, with everything, because they will be fucked up in, what, 30 seconds, as Randy Couture fucked Tony. Remember that one? I do. I watched it. So, they don't want to do that. They want to fight and say, I'm a better fighter. I beat you in boxing using only my arms here. I didn't use my knees, I didn't use my legs, I didn't use other elbows, no. Just this. And therefore, I'm stronger than you. Blah, blah, blah. No, you go over there. Go over there. They give you more freedom and liberty. So the other guys, well, we want to fight only in MMA, which is more complex. because the other one limits you. I'm not going to talk about boxing and MMA. I just give you an example. The same here. The European Union wants to fight Russia only on its little terms, economic terms, because they know are stronger than those guys, not in the resources. No. With resources, we have the Americans to supply us, or whoever we're going to make supply us at a premium cost. All right, so basically, they shoot themselves in the foot. They don't want to go in a real cage with the Russians, no, because they know that's going to happen. So, no, we are not a security organization, but we are an economic organization. We can them up how much we want, blah, blah, blah. This is picking and choosing. Or, I'm with 5 friends, you're alone. Let's fight now, man. But if I'm alone and you're with 5 friends, that's unfair. I don't like this one, but I like the other way around. Or how about one-on-one? And I'm quoting, we are not a security organization. That is why discussions of security guarantees are discussions for NATO and for individual countries, but not for the EU as an organization. Well, I understand these weasels, NATO, but what about individual countries? Do you think that if, let's say, Russia starts bombing Germany, I'm just giving a scenario, do you think that the European Union will not move a finger? And they will do what? They put together the European Union and NATO, as if NATO is the military arm of the European Union. You got that? Or each country alone. Do you think that if Russia will do something with, as I said, Germany, the European Union will say, no, NATO, that's NATO's job. That's a club, and it's not a club, it's a plantation owned by the United States of America. I made this argument and I will keep making it because that's the way it is. You have vassal states, you have slaves working on a plantation over there, which are all those countries in the Western Hemisphere, and Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, and South Korea, and you have one house servant, which is a little bit, different, but still a servant, and that's Great Britain, who stays in the house. Sometimes France wants to bring the mail from the mailbox inside and linger in the house. But Great Britain is quick to say, no, you gotta go out on the plantation, cutting the sugar cane. That's what it is. And the United States is the master, unchallenged by the other guys over there that are not listening anymore, which are the guys that are not really under my direct structure. I own you. All right, so on July 12, G7 member states presented the joint declaration of support for Ukraine, which provides, I didn't know that these guys are, G7 is a military organization or a security organization, but somehow it is, which provides for the allocation of additional military equipment, expanded intelligence sharing, and new training programs for the Ukrainian military, as well as the development of industrial capacities. So what are you talking about? G7 is, but the European Union is not. I think G7 is less than European Union. As a union, this is just an understanding. Those guys signed, are together, they do this and do that. Last week, Ukrainian, why do the Russians call this guy Ukrainian? I don't know. The president of Ukraine said that 12 more countries joined the G7's joint declaration. In addition, Kiev is planning to sign a number of bilateral agreements with the United States and other countries. I understand that one, but I think the European Union remains a weasel, a paper, not even tiger, paper, I don't know, not even a rat, mouse, and I like mice. So anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. These are just weasels. We use this here, but we don't use it here. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.